Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the Legit Boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve Larson. Available wherever podcasts can be found. If you're listening to us in the audio realm, if you take a second, leave us a rating, review, or comment. It really does go a long way towards helping expose Going In Raw to a whole new world, a whole new audience.
Whole new world.
You can just do that, please. That'd be terrific. Larson, listen, in celebration of the dead man coming back.
Is sale extended, Steve?
Yes, I extended the sale, Larson. Promo code STOMP.
Ooh.
Right there at friendomarket.com. Better get that order in soon because this dude is hopping a plane in about 4 or 5 days, and I'll be out of here, and your order will be languishing in purgatory.
For about 3 weeks.
So we'll be temporarily for that time bringing the store down. Should I bring the store down, or should I just put a disclaimer on there saying this shit ain't shipping till Steve gets back?
Yeah, I should probably do that.
Just do that instead?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't miss out on any money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as long as people are aware that it's going to be shipping is going to be delayed, that's fine.
Because it's like 3 weeks, but then plus whenever I get around to actually shipping them. But all of last month's Patreon orders and pretty much most of the stuff, I need to grab a couple postcards from here, the red ones, because you get one of those with the sticker packs and the shirt packs too.
Yeah.
So I got to get a couple of those, get you to autograph them. I'll autograph them and we'll send them on out. But yeah, friendomarket.com, promo code STOMP. You can get, and the reason I bring that up, of course, because coincidentally we have a shirt that features a character that kind of maybe resembles the Undertaker.
Maybe passing. It's not really.
Yeah, I mean, it's
you really have to think about it.
And then, of course, whoever this character is, his catchphrase, "I'll put you down like a dog."
Words the Undertaker has never said.
He's never said that.
Never said that.
I might have misremembered him saying that at some point. But yeah, so that's there right now. And yeah, it's all good stuff. There's some more items coming up. I just haven't put up on the shop. I'm going to do it later. But I'm going to finally put up our all-over Wolfpack print.
Nice.
And the single slow Wolfpack print.
Why would you want one single slow wolf when you could have a multitude?
I say leave that up to the people making the decision, the people with the money. Anyways, good stuff. What did you think of Monday Night Raw?
Well, I'll tell you one
night?
thing.
Okay.
It was a blessing in disguise because about 10:30 last night, when I was getting a bit sleepy, boom, my cable went out.
Oh,
Trying to
wow.
watch the last half hour Raw.
Oh, yeah.
So I waited. I waited. I don't know, 10 minutes to see if it would work again. It didn't. I went to bed, woke up this morning, and watched the last half hour on my phone.
Yeah, sure. The main event. That was good.
Well, yeah, like the Alexa and Nikki Cross stuff and the main event. And so it broke up the experience.
Oh, yeah.
So that's always better for me when that happens.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Nonetheless, it was largely enjoyable. There's still stuff that kind of it leaves you scratching your head, doesn't make a ton of sense. Like, why is the Undertaker around?
Okay, let me ask you that really quick. We can this might be wildly optimistic. Let's say Undertaker shows up because they're going to have him versus Drew at SummerSlam. Let's say it's Taker versus Drew at SummerSlam. If Drew got
Probably going to be Taker versus Shane.
They already did that. I had forgotten about it. Maybe they forgot about it too, and they're going to do that again.
Well, it was in Hell in a Cell, so having some different stipulation.
What if it's Taker versus Drew?
And Drew gets a win. That'd be great.
Would that erase all the bad stuff that's happened so far? Because I kind of feel like it would.
It would help a lot.
It would help a lot.
But I just want to know why. I want to know why the Undertaker's there.
Man, what are you talking? Haven't you been reading all these Seth Rollins interviews? Don't worry about the why, man. Just go with it. It's the best wrestling on the planet.
The why is kind of
you need to worry about what you're doing in your life, and don't worry about what the creative is.
Am I one of the dorks?
Or you're Ambrose. I forget which one.
No, I think I'm one of the dorks.
I love Dean, but why are you going on a soapbox?
I think I'm one of the dorks.
Dean, why are you using a soapbox to validate everything the dorks say about the WWE and what goes on back there? That's been a wild ride.
No, I mean, like, here's the thing, though. I don't know if Seth has addressed this.
Seems to be addressing a lot of stuff.
You need to know the why to really invest emotionally in what's going on in these matches.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy a good wrestling exhibition, and I can get into the athleticism and storytelling within the context of the match. But if you want to transcend beyond that, there's got to be at least something, a hook.
Hey, wouldn't it be awesome if next Monday or even tonight, Undertaker came back and he got on the mic and he gave this explanation that was like, oh my God, that makes total sense. But I'm not sure what that explanation could possibly be.
I was trying to wrap my head around it. Is it simply like Roman? That should have been Undertaker's last match when Roman beat him.
Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah,
he laid his coat and hat in the middle of the ring.
He descended back into the river Stygian.
The underworld.
Yeah.
Took a ride in River Stygian onto the next phase of his life. That should have been it. Mm-hmm. And then the next Mania he came back, or even before then. So it's got to be tied into that somehow.
Yeah.
Like he's endorsing this being Roman's yard now because he beat him and he wants to help Roman establish his yard.
That'd be cool. I'd be cool with that. That'd be fine.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. He's probably going to, if he does get on the mic, which I'm sure he will, he'll probably just say a lot of stuff about
Shane, you spoiled rich brat.
I wish even that would be cool, but he sometimes he can stray into Bray territory with how elliptical he can be.
Yeah.
Unless somebody mentioned in our Twitter comments or somewhere, in our tweets, it would be like maybe the Fiend would come back and confront the Undertaker at the end of his match at Extreme Rules, and then it'd be the Fiend versus the Undertaker. That'd be a big win a big initial win for the Fiend if that were to happen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm looking at the community poll right now, the community tab poll rather that I put up last night.
Oh, there's not a whole lot in the A's.
The A's were 20%.
Well, it's good for Raw.
Well, it outpaced the nays by a brisk. Like the nays are only at 7%. In betweens were at 26% and don't plan to watch. This is kind of normal these days at 41%.
Oof.
So yeah. No, I was like the in betweens. Yeah, 27. We had Ricochet versus AJ Styles in the main event.
Yeah, that's something.
I did think that it was. Last night was one of those episodes where I kind of wish we didn't hear those reports about the commercial stuff.
Because if we hadn't heard that, and if they hadn't made a point of twice saying, "Oh, we're going to restart the match now," you wouldn't have noticed.
I probably wouldn't have noticed.
Like when they had the elimination tag match, if Michael Cole hadn't said before the commercial break, "Oh, we're going to restart it as a normal tag match now," there's no reason to say that.
Yeah, I know.
There's no reason to say that. Same with the AJ stuff. There's no reason to say that.
stuff, yeah.
No reason to say that. The ref just gave him the latitude to handle his business out there, not counting him out.
Yeah, I know.
Say it.
So, that was what it was. I don't know. I think last night was just one of those things where I had so much going on in my head with the world of wrestling. It's like with all the Seth stuff and the Ospreay stuff and then like the Vince commercial stuff. I'm just watching Raw and I'm like, I'm really just trying to like.
It's hard to get into the show when there's so much stuff going on.
I'm trying to figure out if I like this or not. I really am. And it just, to me, I think last night was one of those times. It just sort of felt like it was taking a long time. I know you've said that a lot lately. I haven't really been lately. I've been like, oh wow, we're already at 7:10. Cool, right on. Last night I was like, oh, what time is it? Like 7:30? Oh my god, it's 6:20.
I felt like the first hour flew by pretty quick, but then on the turn, in the third hour, things slowed down.
Yeah, we're getting into really weird space with Raw these days. It's an odd.
Especially when you know the inner workings of a lot of stuff, so your mind instantly goes to how is this fitting into Vince's new wishes and plans.
Yeah. How is this going to factor into SmackDown on Fox? How are they going to do it?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I mean, that's what we do. We sit here and analyze stuff.
The best of our ability.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see here.
Do we have any new patrons? Did you already do that?
Oh, no. There you go. Holden Stanford on Super Chats asked, does Steve being gone mean Adam Mayhem's co-hosting? Oh, God, no. No, in fact, Cal Jack, local wrestler, he was one of the first people. He was in the first class of NXT Performance Center, WWE Performance Center.
Yeah.
He opened the Performance Center with a big crew of some people who are still there, some people who aren't still there. And he's got a wealth of stories,
a wealth of knowledge,
a terrific human being.
Yeah,
Cal is fantastic. He's also going to be house sitting for me.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna rob my house with Calder. That's for sure.
No,
He is a big dude.
I'm gonna have to adjust the camera because he's pretty tall.
he's
tall.
probably-
He's super tall.
It's gonna be like, where's my hand? It would be like this.
Yeah, this would be a good 8 inches of headspace above my
Exactly.
head.
Yeah, new patrons. So on the Patreon, patreon.com/Stephen Larson, we have a variety of reward tiers over there. And even $1 goes a long way. I think I've actually said this guy's name before, but I'll act like he's new. Doug Foxford. Thank you so much, Doug.
Thank you.
And then, we also have channel memberships now on YouTube where you get access to all of our bonus content that we have opened up to the $5 patrons.
Badges.
And you get badges. Yeah, the Chicago Slow Wolf is the latest one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so good stuff. Anyways, let's get into
Let's
Raw.
get into it. So the show kicked off with, as advertised, Seth Rollins. He came down the ring. He was about to say something. He's instantly interrupted by
The man,
Becky Lynch.
his the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Seth gives Baron some credit for picking Lacey Evans as ref, someone that he can't clobber with a chair.
Yeah, he had to give credit. He said, "I got to give credit where credit's due." It's pretty smart. I couldn't hit her with a chair.
But then he said something like, well, but Baron, he's still playing checkers when I'm playing chess. He didn't realize that I, Seth, had the best backup on the planet, that being the man, Becky Lynch.
He said, "Mine is superior."
Yeah.
So Becky had a little bit to say. She called Lacey Evans a plank.
Again, yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
And sort of gave some backstory on what happened in case anybody missed Stomping Grounds.
She didn't mention what she said on Twitter, which was she didn't, beatdowns, whatever.
Oh yeah.
You don't mess with the man's front area.
Once you start getting in on that ball skin, then it's Lacey Evans was searching for if Seth Rollins had been taking advantage of Manscaped.
Yeah.
We'll find out more about that later.
Yes.
But Lacey Evans, to her credit, she had a pretty fiery response on Twitter. Said basically Seth Rollins doesn't have a lot going on down there.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Because she was down there forever.
Yeah.
Like that arm was like.
Yeah, it was lingering.
She was like, Manscaped? Yay, nay?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't tell.
Yeah.
So
anyways, after Becky speaks, Baron's music plays. So, of course, both Seth and Becky tunnel vision to the ramp.
Yeah.
Lacey attacks Becky from behind. Becky fends her off, stomps in the corner.
Yeah, Seth tried to take Becky off her for a second, and Becky pushed him and said,
Yeah.
"Stay out of my business."
Yeah.
I like that. That was a good bit.
That's good.
I actually thought before we continue the recap, I actually thought that they handled the Seth I thought they handled the Seth Becky stuff pretty well. It felt more like two top guys in there than a couple of lovey-dovey.
Yeah, totally.
And
especially the push bit.
That moment made it. That moment really
totally,
did make it.
Totally, and because I think apart from a brief little side hug at the end, that was
Right. Yeah.
there was really no tension.
Just felt like Austin and Rock were in there.
Yeah, more or
except
less.
if they bone.
Yeah. Baron then runs in. Seth lays him out with a sling blade. Simultaneously, Becky hits a Bexploder on Lacey out of the corner. The heels flee. Baron grabs a mic and tells Seth, "Hey, you should give Becky the Universal title
Yeah.
because she wears and you should go back home and make a sandwich for her."
He said, "You should put on apron and go make her a sandwich." It was good.
It was pretty good.
I really like that.
And then Baron suggests a mixed tag match. Lacey agrees, so Baron and Lacey are on board, and she says, "Let's do it Extreme Rules." Becky accepts, but only if Baron and Lacey declare this is their final opportunity.
That was such fan service.
It really
that
was.
And that's, by the way, the lock match.
Oh, yeah.
That is the absolute lock match
yeah.
at Extreme Rules.
yeah.
All the confidence points are going there.
Yeah.
She said, but this is your last chance. No more. None of this. No more of this.
Yeah.
And
And Baron and Lacey accept, but they say, "We have a stipulation we want to add." Seth goes, "Yeah, fine, whatever."
Dullard.
Yeah.
Dullard, Seth.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
What if he says, "All right, if you lose, you have to retire"?
Yeah.
Why would you do that, Seth?
What if he said the stipulation is we get guns and you don't?
Yeah.
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 You signed a hold harmless for death agreement.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Seth?
You lose, you get sent back to the Indies.
Yeah.
Which
exactly.
apparently is like the worst fate for Seth right now. in his
Apparently,
mind.
yeah.
He says, "Yeah, whatever," and then Baron says, "Well, we want both titles on the line. Winners take all. So if Team Baron and Lacey win, they are the new Universal and Raw Women's Champion, respectively.
Yeah.
So, interesting stipulation, I guess. Otherwise, I guess there's not a whole lot of stakes in that match. It's just, I don't know.
Wait, which match?
The
mixed
Baron
tag
Lacey,
one?
yeah.
Oh, stakes? What are you talking about? All the stakes. The winner take all.
Oh, come on. It's the lock of the locks.
Okay, yeah. I'm just saying no stakes. You're saying there's no stakes. I'm saying there are titles on the line. I know they're not going to win the damn titles.
I said that without that, there would have been no stakes.
Oh, yeah.
Without the stipulation, there would have been no stakes.
You know what? I have such a fond association with mixed tag these days, thanks to Mixed Match Challenge.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. I like it. I kind of like it. I think it's fine. I think Seth will have a good, serious, cool match at whatever it's called, SummerSlam, and we'll have 3 whole weeks to build it. I think it'll be fine. Hey, you know what? We've had shorter builds with decent payoffs.
Yeah.
Orton versus Styles at Mania.
Yeah, but those
That was
guys,
a single
those
promo.
guys, I mean, but they had a lot to draw on for that one single promo.
Seth's got a lot of history. Whoever his opponent's going to be might have some history. I don't know.
Well, seems like we could take Mojo out of the equation for
I know.
SummerSlam. So that was actually really good.
Awesome.
The whole segment was really well
That was
done.
great. Here we go, man. Before we continue, Larson, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, Manscaped.
Oh.
So, hey, let's shoot here for a bit.
Yeah.
Keep it real with me,
All
man.
right.
Have you ever had like a grooming mishap when, trimming the hair down there on your junk?
Like maybe cutting a little too close when trimming the ball hair and taking just a tiny little bit of ball skin with it.
Hold on, let me stop you right there. What's worse? A knee going the wrong way, a syringe in a death match through the cheeks, or taking a piece of ball skin during a grooming mishap?
Without a doubt, ball skin mishap.
I think you're right about
Ball
that.
skin mishap's the worst. But I'll tell you what, it won't happen anymore now that I've turned to Manscaped, the #1 company in men's below-the-belt grooming.
Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer with Lawnmower 2.0, which utilizes proprietary skin-safe tech, which protects your ball skin from nicks and snags. Thank God it's not. I'm not using Lawnmower 1.0 because I think that's just a regular lawnmower.
It could be.
You don't want to take one of those.
No,
to your
that's going
junk.
to guarantee a ball skin mishap for sure. And also, don't use the same trimmer on your face that you would
Ew.
use for your front
Why
area.
did you do that?
That's icky.
It's next to your beehole, man.
Yeah, that's icky. But what's not icky is Manscaped's Crop Preserver. It's an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer, so it'll keep your sack smelling fresh and feeling smooth.
Smooth balls.
You put deodorant under your arms, all right?
Every once in a while.
Why not put it on another smelly part of your body? Your undercarriage.
That's right. Right now, you can make manscaping accidents a thing of the past and stop going into your day with raw balls. Get it? Stop going in with raw balls. Going in raw is the name of the show.
Kind of a stretch.
Get 20% off your order. Free shipping and a free travel bag, also known as a travel sack, by going to manscaped.com and using promo code GIR. Your ball skin will thank you. Hopefully, not literally, unless your ball skin
Sentient.
talks. It's sentient.
Again, get 20% off, free shipping, and a free travel bag by going to manscaped.com and using promo code GIR. Thanks to Manscaped for sponsoring today's show. And you're really, really, really helping out Going In Raw by going to manscaped.com/GIR.
After that, we had Daniel Bryan and Rowan, the Planets tag team, and the Revival taking on the New Day and the Usos.
So champions versus challengers,
Mixed
essentially.
brand tag action.
Champs versus challengers as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's also elimination. So once one member of a team got pinned or submitted, that team was out of the match. Again, a workaround for the whole no commercials during matches thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, at least we didn't have a best 2 out of 3 fall.
Yeah, I know.
I'm actually a big fan of elimination matches, so
Yeah,
I'm totally
fine.
fine with
I
that.
like elimination
I'm
matches
fine with
too.
that.
First eliminated was Daniel Bryan because he accidentally hit a suicide dive on Scott Dawson. This upset Dash Wilder immensely. So during a pinning predicament where Bryan rolls up Xavier Woods and Xavier kicks out, Daniel Bryan is set towards the rope. Dash hits him with the forearm. Xavier rolls him up for the win. Bryan and Rowan have been eliminated. Next, Revival hit a pretty cool looking shatter machine on Xavier Woods.
Yeah, that was good.
New Day is eliminated. And then Michael Cole has to make a point of saying the match will now restart as a tag match before they go to commercial. Just don't say that. Don't call attention to it.
Yeah.
Don't call attention to it. It's unnecessary. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
Yep.
In my mind, you go to commercial, someone hits pause on the action. That's totally cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Not at all.
No, when like, on this is a very current reference, but on like, for example, 24, when Jack Bauer is fighting some terrorist, and then they go to commercial, and they come back from commercial, I don't think the action has been continuing on during the commercial break.
No.
I just figure they picked up where they left off.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
Exactly. And that should be the case. Like in football or any sports, also football or basketball, they have things called TV timeouts where there's scheduled breaks in the action to run ads.
Yeah.
And more often than not, the ref will blow the whistle. Commentators will say, such and such just happened, and they'll throw to a commercial maybe, or this commercial will roll.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily always say, oh, time for a TV timeout. They do on occasion, but not all the time.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, where are we?
Revival, they had a cool Doomsday Bulldog. Shout out to Steiner Brothers.
That was good.
And then Jimmy Uso kicks out at 2. Dawson goes to the top with Jimmy. They kind of wrangle on the top for position for superplex. Jay tags himself in. However, Dawson doesn't realize it. He does superplex Jimmy. Meanwhile, Jay runs around the other side of the ring. Wilder was setting up for a top rope splash following superplex. Jay kind of knocks him, so he's tummy first across the top rope. Jay climbs on Dash Wilder's back, hits the splash on Scott Dawson after superplex, and pins him for the win. It was actually a pretty creative spot.
No, it was really good. I really liked it.
So Usos pinned the Raw Tag Team Champions. So at least that match will happen at Extreme Rules. That'll be good.
That'll be good, and I mean, there's no reason they can't continue that feud onto SummerSlam and have a show-stealing match right there. I think it'd be terrific.
See, that's the match that, like, I want 2 out of 3 falls, a tag match, 2 out of 3 falls tag match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I'd be totally fine with that.
That'd be excellent.
Excellent.
Next, we get a quick shot of The Miz walking backstage, and who peeks their head around the corner?
Abby the Witch.
Did you see later on when Kofi is putting pancakes in his title?
I saw it after the fact.
too.
Somebody showed it because I figured, once I saw the Abby the Witch live, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's going to be. I mean, it's going to be a thing. And then we saw Mercy the Buzzard. I don't know. I didn't see if Ramblin' Rabbit or Huskus made an appearance. Somebody
Devil
mentioned
Vince.
that. Yeah. But so the Firefly Funhouse is starting to seep into our reality apparently. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Next, Braun apparently was warming up for his tug-of-war battle against Bobby Lashley later in the evening by playing tug-of-war against a semi-truck and trailer.
Yeah, so I wonder who's going to win that one. That's kind of infuriating, to be honest with you. Because, Lashley has to get some...
You'd think so.
Some of these...
I think Lashley's lost every match between them.
Yeah,
he
I know.
lost the arm
He
wrestling
lost
thing.
the arm wrestling thing.
I did like that Lashley trained by trying to pull a telephone pole out of the ground.
That was good. That was pretty good. Oh, man. So next up, we had Miz TV with special guest R-Truth and Carmella. Miz said, listen, I've made sure that the 24/7 rules are suspended for your appearance here on Miz TV. And then they throw to a package of Truth winning the title at Drake Maverick's wedding. Drake Maverick then comes to the ring, and he's a mess.
He's talking about how R-Truth ruined his wedding.
His wife, she doesn't want to go on honeymoon with him.
They have yet to consummate the marriage.
Yeah, which R-Truth took as constipate, and then the crowd started chanting constipation. Crowd was into this.
Yeah, and then Drake says, I want a rematch right now in the ring. And Miz did what we do on We Book Raw.
That was amazing.
Oh, I'm getting worried that
puts his hand on his
we'll
ear.
have a match, and then the 24/7 rules be suspended during the match.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
that was good. And so they end up having a match. R-Truth beats him very quickly.
Flatliner.
Yeah, very quickly. And then of course the was it Cedric? No, not Cedric. It was Titus. Sorry, Titus. He was running, holding. It looked like he was running, holding a ref.
Yeah, he had the ref basically in a headlock running down the ramp.
Yeah.
So loser locker room pours out to the ringside area. There's some back and forth in the ring. Cedric hits a kick on R-Truth, goes for the pins. No Way Jose breaks it up, and everybody starts brawling ringside, which allows R-Truth and Carmelo to escape through the crowd. Loser locker room gives chase. Drake has an interview in the middle of the ring, and he just starts basically crying.
Yeah.
Tries not to cry, holds back tears.
And it's cool, man. I feel like Drake Maverick has been the guy that's really run with this and has turned it into something that spotlights himself.
Yeah.
You know, he was the one. Apparently, I think we heard a thing that it was reported that he was the guy, or he took it upon himself to make those flyers.
Yeah.
And like carry him around, and it really Vince or whoever,
Showing the
Triple
initiative,
H, took notice of that, and so look where he's at now. You know, he's like a focal point of this.
Yeah.
So, just like Seth Rollins says, man, you just got to grab the bull by the horns.
You got to look at yourself in the mirror. And
you got to look at yourself in the mirror.
And ask yourself, have you done everything you can to
have
make
you
the best of the
done
situation?
everything you can? Moxley. My goodness. Just complaining, Larson. Just whining about pretty valid things, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and by all accounts, he did try to make things better.
Yeah.
Or improve his lot.
Yeah.
WWE to no avail.
So let's see here.
And then we had Lacey Evans and Baron talking backstage.
He said, we could be the next power couple in the WWE.
Yeah, I thought she'd shoot him a nasty look.
And I'm like, that's pretty cool, because this Saturday on Countout, we've got top 10 power couples in the WWE. He's helping us out.
Yeah, he's
Did you see Baron's tweet? He was entering the Will Ospreay thing.
Yeah. Like, I wrestle more matches than you. Be fair, I don't even know who you are. And then did you see Ospreay's response?
What did he say?
No wonder Raw's garbage.
Yeah, that was a lame response, because Baron Corbin's obviously just trolling the hell out of the entire situation.
Yeah,
he probably thinks it's so silly.
I know.
Because it had like a gif of Danny DeVito like in front of an explosion.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Baron's great.
Next, we had it was supposed to be a 2-on-1 handicap match, but this became a 2-on-1 match between with Team Shane and Drew taking on Roman Reigns. Pretty quickly, it was just, hey, we're going to team up and destroy Roman Reigns. Drew picks up the ring steps and drives it into Roman's face. He hits the Claymore in the ring. Shane falls with the spear. Drew hits another Claymore, tosses Roman in the corner, puts him in position for coast to coast. Shane climbs to the top rope. Dong. Lights go out.
Yeah.
Lights come back up. Undertaker. Teleported to the ring.
Put you down, Shane.
Shane jumps off the top rope. He eats a chokeslam.
Like no.
Flurry of strikes for Drew. Taker clears of the ring with clotheslines.
And then it was shortly thereafter announced that Roman and Taker will be having a tag match against Drew and Shane at Extreme Rules. So yeah, whatever the reason is, I popped. I thought it was cool. Whenever something, I'm happy for the crowd that was there. You know, it's like, man, they got to see the Undertaker. And dude, I know, I get it. I've seen his matches. I know his matches are hard to watch these days, but it's still kind of cool to see him. I like when he shows up.
Yeah.
And then after that, we had Braun and Lashley and their tug of war. Braun was acting like he was a big weakling, and Lashley was getting the better of him.
Right until Braun's toe was about to cross that red line in the middle of the ring.
Then he swerved Lashley, gave him a big menacing smile, and then destroying it.
Well, then Lashley took that as an opportunity once he crossed that line to attack him.
Yeah, smart move on his part.
Yeah, he wrapped the rope around Braun's eyes. We're going to get some sort of a bull rope match between these two Extreme Rules, aren't we?
Is that the one where you get to touch all four corners?
I think so.
I'm cool with it, man. I see. Here's the thing about this. It's stupid, but it's fun. And so I'm fine with it. You don't need any more of a story than just I'm stronger than you. My only problem with it is that can we get Lashley to get one win in here?
Well, if they do a bull rope match and it's just about touching the corners, and that's a way for Lashley to maybe get a win with, and Braun doesn't have to be pinned.
Yeah, but he's not. Lashley's not going to win that.
Not.
This is just one of those things where Lashley's never going to get the upper hand on like anything.
Yeah.
They should have at least let him get that telephone pole out of the ground.
I know.
At least do that.
I mean, he broke the rope.
At least have him beat the telephone pole.
Like, did he really think he was going to be able to get that telephone pole out?
Well, you never know until you try. You got to look yourself in the mirror.
It's in concrete.
You got to look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm going to take that telephone pole out.
Did I do everything I could in my power to take that telephone pole out of the ground? using just rope and my own strength.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so Braun escapes ringside. Lashley goes after him. Braun lays out Lashley briefly with a shoulder tackle, but then Lashley responds with this huge running knee. That was pretty cool. Next, AJ Styles interview. First, he's asked how he feels. He starts to give an answer. Charlie interrupts him.
Yeah, what was that all about?
She just want to get to the real hard-hitting questions.
That was. I mean, I would like to think that was like storyline motivated,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because he started. Because I was sort of half paying attention, and then I really saw. I was like, "Whoa, what did she just do?" And she kind of. He was talking about his rehab. Is that what he was talking about? And then she was like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about that.
I want to talk about your match against Ricochet or something tonight."
And he's like, "Okay, Charlie."
Well, this isn't the first time Charlie's been a little
This
terse.
is kind of another level, though.
Yeah.
And to a face and a guy as respected as
weird.
AJ Styles.
It's interesting.
He should have Styles clashed the shit out of her.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, No Way Jose's music that starts playing. Kind of defies kayfabe there, because where is it coming from?
I feel like AJ Styles was just in a Kafkaesque nightmare.
It really was.
This particular backstage
Just
sequence.
perpetually annoyed this whole
And it's
interview.
like some dash of surrealism there, too, because his buddies, the Good Brothers, Gallows and
I
Anderson.
did see Carl Anderson do the dance, though.
That's right, we did. We got to
Last
see
time
the
with that.
dance.
So he goes to investigate and finds the club dancing with No Way Jose's conga line, and he's like, "Don't you guys have a match against the War Raiders next?
What did I tell you?
Take this seriously."
Be more serious, Todd. And they're like, "Oh, we're going to take it serious. You can see what we're going to do right now." So
And that match happened.
Yeah, that match then happened.
And just like their match against the Usos, Club have the upper hand. They start celebrating with some too sweet,
Dilly-dallying, man.
and it gives the Raiders a chance to regroup, and they win.
The thing that I'm hating about this is that they're really burying the Too Sweet with this whole storyline, because the Too Sweet seems to be the impetus for their losing ways.
It is their undoing. Steve.
is,
You should
man.
take notes on that. A lesson to be gleaned from this storyline.
Do I need to look at myself in the mirror, man?
You need to ask yourself: you're doing everything you can do to prevent yourself from too sweeting.
Oh wow. Maybe I have to stop Too Sweet.
And if you have, then you can too sweet away. But if you haven't, then you need to ask yourself if you really should be on a soapbox advocating for everybody to too sweet. I've done that work.
Yeah.
I've looked in the mirror.
I know.
I've soul searched, and I found no too sweeting in my future.
Wow. It's tough. It's a tough situation I find myself in right now.
So Ray Rowe pins Carl Anderson after that pop-up power slam they're calling the Viking Experience.
ALK here in chat says, "I love Steve's AJ voice. It's like a cross between AJ and a nagging Southern grandma. It's just Crisley. I'm just doing Crisley because you know why? He knows best."
After that, we had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross backstage. Nikki is apologizing for kind of causing Alexa's loss to Bayley.
Yeah, she's not putting the whole thing on herself though.
No. And then then Nikki says, "We got to find a way to get yourself a rematch." And Alexa says, "Yeah, we got to come up with a plan." And then she kind of shoos Nikki away.
Yeah. Nikki's like, "Oh, you're going to do that now?" And then
All right.
Alexa's like, "Yeah, apparently." And then Alexa just sort of stares off into the
Distance.
into the ether. Yeah.
Commercial break. We come back. Nikki's in the locker room. Natalia and Naomi enter. They warn Nikki that Alexa has been known to be a bit of a jerk.
Bit of a jerk. Yeah.
And Nikki's kind of defending her. Alexa walks in on the conversation.
Yeah.
That sets up match later on.
Yeah. Yeah. Her and Naomi get into it. Naomi's like, "I'm going to glow you. I'm going to get you're going to get my glow. You're going to get this glow." Yeah, that's what she said. Something like that. Anyways, after that, oh boy, we were going to have Mojo Rawley versus Heath Slater.
That would have been a barn
a
burner.
real show stem. Who needs AJ versus Ricochet, right?
Give me Mojo versus Heath Slater.
Yeah. Mojo's happy. He's on TV. He just signed a new deal.
Yeah. So R-Truth, before this match begins, here's the thing.
You imagine being Mojo Rawley, maybe thinking, "Man, I'm not sure they're going to re-sign me." And then they come up to you, here's double the money.
I know. For 5 years. All
For
right.
5 years. What? Okay.
I'll be cracked mirror man for $500,000 a year.
Cha-ching.
Here's the thing: when they cut back to this match, Mojo and Heath weren't across the ring from each other. They were on the same side of the ring. Did you notice that?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, they
I
were
thought
like
on
stretching and
opposite
stuff.
side.
No, they were on the same side of the ring.
Maybe they're going to tag team again.
That's what I thought, but no, the commentator said no, it was supposed to be Mojo versus Heath. Because when I originally wrote it down, I was like, oh, Mojo and Heath are tag teaming? That's weird.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Anyways, R-Truth runs through the crowd into the ring. Heath takes advantage of the situation, hits a neck breaker on R-Truth. He is your new 24/7 champion. And then Truth pretty quickly hits a flatliner on him, reclaims the title. Cedric runs in, hits a lumbar check.
Oh, I missed the lumbar check, dude.
Oh, so good.
I mean, maybe I should just start. Hey, evidently, main event is the place to be now.
Yeah.
Main event is like threatening. I don't know who's running that show, but main event evidently is threatening to be like up there with 205 and NXT.
Really?
Because, I mean, think about it. That's where you had the Dana Brooke match.
Yeah.
That's where all the EC3 matches have. Apparently, the War Raiders have a ton of matches there, and Cedric Alexander is there. He claims to be the champion of main event.
That might be worth checking out.
That might be the place to be. And on top of that, it's only, like, in terms of matches, it's probably only around 20 minutes long because the rest is all recaps. I think you get, like, 2 matches, maybe 3.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man.
And then Cedric rolls out of the ring. He's starting to celebrate. EC3 does, like, a reverse DDT and dumps Cedric right in his head.
And EC3 and Cedric both pick up their first singles titles
in the span of about 90 seconds.
In WWE.
I don't know what that move's called. That's what the original Dirty Deeds was.
What EC3 did?
Yeah, where you like the head's right here, the crown of the head's right here, and you just fall forward.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so they land on
yeah.
the top of their head. I don't know what that move's
Was
called.
that what the original Dirty Deeds was?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it looks great. Then Carmella grabs the belt from EC3. Truth then rolls up EC3 to win that belt. These guys just going to get it. I mean, at least Cedric tried to get it and run.
I know.
EC3 just sat there, celebrated. Running.
I know.
Truth is once again 24/7 title. Crowd's really into it. There's a whole piece out there. Somebody mentioned this. Who was this? I think Alfred Konowa of Forbes did a piece about the social media impact. The YouTube numbers on the 24/7 stuff is just off the charts. It's like the most popular thing on WWE's YouTube right now.
Yeah, totally.
So that's awesome. That's really cool. It's something to be positive about.
Yes. Next, Ricochet interview, where he was saying he's sore, but he woke up U.S. champ, and that's a feeling that he doesn't want to lose anytime soon.
Yeah.
So he's here now that he's champion to prove that he deserves to hold that title.
Yep, absolutely. And he does.
Yes.
After that, we had Kofi Kingston versus Sami Zayn. It started with a promo that was way too long, in my opinion.
Although it was pretty funny when Kofi... so it's supposed to be a Kofi interview, instantly interrupted by Sami and Kevin Owens. They say it's Sami and Kevin Owens showtime. They start reading some pretty canned questions. And Kofi asks Kevin Owens about the zit he has on his forehead.
Bleeding zit on his forehead.
That was kind of funny.
That was pretty funny.
But yeah, the rest, when Kevin and Sami, they were going on a bit long after that.
Yeah. I think it was mainly like the the Sami stuff. It was just going on way too long.
Yeah.
In any event.
Match happened.
Yeah, match happens.
It was pretty good. Kofi won after reversing a Blue Thunder bomb into a roll-up. Right after the match, Owens grabs the mic. He challenges Kofi to a match.
So then we go to commercial break.
Yeah.
We come back and the match begins.
It's pretty short, and it culminates with Kofi hitting an SOS on the foot of the ramp. And it looks like Owens hit his head pretty darn hard on there, too. And Kofi gets back in the ring right before the 10 count, so he wins by count out. Sami tries to attack Kofi after the bell. Kofi tosses him out of the ring and then hits his trust fall over the top rope on Owens and Zayn. And so Kofi's on the ramp walking up. Joe lays him out, swings him into the LED board, follows that with an Uranagi on stage. Refs come out to break it up. He starts to go backstage. Then decides, nah, I'm not done. He runs back out, locks in the coquina clutch on Kofi.
Yeah, so we're getting Joe
versus Kofi.
Extreme
Rules. I would expect.
Even though... So wait, is Joe a Raw?
He's on Raw.
Okay.
He's former U.S. champ.
See, that's what I was trying to say yesterday, man. None of that shit matters anymore.
No, it doesn't matter.
You know?
It doesn't matter.
Just whoever's...
There's no brand split anymore.
What are the chances Joe wins? Joe could be the transition between Kofi and Roman. What would you rather have? Joe lose to Kofi. Let's say they take this to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Joe loses to Kofi.
One thing they were really pushing last night during Kofi's matches was that he'll accept any match, and he might be wearing himself out.
Would you rather have an elongated Kofi Kingston title reign or Samoa Joe adding his name to the legacy of the WWE title? Because I know which one I'd like, and it's Samoa Joe.
Yeah. If Kofi loses at SummerSlam, he'd have that belt for about 4 months.
Yeah. Longer than Austin's first title reign, but then Austin had it like 6 more times. Was Austin 7 times?
I don't think he had that many times.
I don't think he had 7 times.
No, I don't think so. In fact, I think he had
4?
I think it was like 4.
Okay.
And his longest one was during the invasion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Otherwise, he had it pretty briefly.
So yeah, what would you prefer, man? And the caveat is Kofi would not get it again.
Yeah, he's not gonna have it again, probably.
Yeah,
That's tough.
it is tough. Joe deserves it, man.
He does. But here's really the question. It's if Kofi loses it, he'll never get it again, or this is Joe's like sole opportunity to ever go for a world title ever again. Because if that's the question, then I guess I'll have to say Joe getting the title.
Joe.
Like if this is his one opportunity to actually win the title, and it'll never happen again the rest of his career.
Yeah,
Then you got to go with Joe, I guess.
gotta go with Joe, man.
Otherwise, I feel like Joe's got some good years left in him. So if he doesn't win this feud, eventually they're gonna come upon a storyline where it makes all the sense in the world for him to win and carry it.
He's so good, and they just.
he's
I
incredible.
mean, look, you got one thing you have to appreciate is that they always keep Joe legitimate. They've been able to
I
keep
think
him
Joe
legitimate.
keeps Joe legitimate.
Yeah, no, I agree. They're not telling him that he's a guy who's riding around on a unicycle.
No.
I see him as a more credible threat than I saw Bray Wyatt at the end of his last run. You know, they had really kind of run Bray.
It
into the
wouldn't
ground.
surprise me if they do something where Joe more or less manhandles Kofi at Extreme Rules and some sort of thing where Kofi rolls him up during a coquina clutch. So we've seen several times
Sure, yeah,
to get the win.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, you're right. No, you're totally right. It's gonna be a weird thing where like Joe either gets rolled up or he's got like one shoulder. It's gonna be some weird stuff.
Yeah, it'll be some weird stuff. And then
Yeah.
if there's a rematch at SummerSlam, if he wins, it's going to be pretty decisive.
Yeah,
Not a squash, but it'll be a good match. But
yeah.
there'll be no question about it. Or if they want to do it right, then that's when they'll do it. Then next it was announced Roman and Undertaker tagging up, take on Drew and Shane Extreme Rules. Well, you're missing a hell of a pay-per-view while you're overseas, man. It looks like. Next, Naomi versus.
That's going to be a fun pay-per-view. That is going to be a fun pay-per-view. If they do Alexa versus Bayley again, which they seem to indicate they want to try to do last night, that should be another good match. The main event seems like it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it could be. Next, Naomi taking on Alexa Bliss. Towards the end, Naomi is going for a baseball slide on Alexa. However, Alexa was being like helped up by Nikki. Alexa gets out of the way. Nikki is the one that eats the baseball slide. Naomi's like, oh man, I didn't mean to do that. She turns around, eats the DDT from Alexa. Alexa pins her. She wins. After the bell, Alexa starts beating down Naomi. She invites Nikki to join in. And so Nikki shoves Naomi, but also knocks over Alexa in the process. Natalya comes out to make the save. Come back from commercial. Now we have a tag match.
Yeah.
Which Alexa Bliss wins as well, but is after Nikki hits a swinging neck breaker. Alexa tags herself in before the move, gets the win.
Yeah. So, like, again, you're sort of looking at the commercial break aspect of things and just thinking, okay, so
This really should have been a tag match to begin with, probably.
well, people are having 2 matches over the course of the night. Like, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking of Kofi. He had 2 matches.
Yeah.
And then Alexa had 2 matches.
Yeah.
And obviously Naomi too.
At least the Kofi one, it kind of played in the story where he'll take on all challengers, you know.
It's just I feel like week after week, and again, I know I'm overthinking this. I get it. I know that not everybody is like so tuned into like, oh, the backstage shenanigans. I totally get it. It's just we talk about it, so it's on my mind, and it shouldn't matter. But I'm thinking about the future.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, how many pretzels are they going to have to wrap up?
A lot.
You know,
A
like.
lot.
Okay, how are we going to do it this week? How are we going to figure it out this week? Okay, this person's going to have 3 matches.
I know.
We got to do best 2 out of 3. Now we got to do an elimination. We got to do like it seems like I think it was a point you brought up yesterday, having to shoehorn having the commercial thing be top priority shouldn't be how stories are dictated.
Yeah. That's the
Or
issue.
shouldn't dictate how stories are written.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Finally, our main event, AJ Styles versus Ricochet. early on in the match. The club come down to ringside. Carl Anderson tries to get involved, tripping up Ricochet. AJ's in the ring. He starts yelling at him.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Hey, hold on, Rick. Just wait. Ref, Rick.
Wait.
Wait. Hold on. Somebody give me a microphone. All right, listen. Y'all need to get to the back now, Todd. All right? Because this is a match, and I'm going to stand here until you're gone. And Gallows like, what, you don't need us? No, I don't need you. I need you to get to the back now, Todd. And then they're like, okay. And so, again, that leads to commercial. And then when we come back.
Then they say the match will now restart
Yeah.
after commercial.
Yeah.
When they didn't have to say that at all.
Yeah. But that being said, I was, you're right. This did allow that last big chunk of time to be exclusively to the match.
11 minutes.
They got 11 minutes, and they can do a lot.
Yeah.
A lot in 11 minutes. Where do you think this story is going? Did you like this match?
It was okay. I thought the match was fine. It wasn't the high-flying affair you would expect from these two, and I wonder, even though AJ's been cleared, he looked like he was moving a little gingerly.
He looked a little slow.
Yeah.
But I thought he made up for it with some creativity.
Yeah.
There was the bit where he had on the wrist lock or whatever, and he did the thing.
Yeah.
And then Ricochet tried to do the same thing, and AJ just stopped it.
Yeah.
There was some creativity going on in this match
Yeah,
that I really
there was.
appreciated.
And rather than focusing on the high-flying stuff, there was some technical stuff to start, some more striking. And it felt like AJ was trying to prove a point to the club. This is how you win a match.
Mm-hmm, yeah, exactly. Is this going to lead to an AJ heel turn with the club?
Or is it going to lead to a feud between AJ and the club?
Right. I don't know.
Which, in a sense,
I don't know, dude. I don't see. Here's the thing. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Again, talking about backstage shenanigans, and just because of the Moxley interview, is this WWE bearing them on the way out, or is this them giving them an opportunity to shine, put them in a good spot, so that they'll be enticed to re-sign?
I think it could be both.
It could be both, huh?
Depending on the week, I think it is both.
Yeah,
I think it is. Because I would love to see AJ versus Carl Anderson 101, 12 minutes on Raw. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I wonder, I don't know. I don't know the dynamics. I don't know if AJ's the kind of guy who's going to do what he does or do what he's told, or if he'd feel weird about being complicit and bearing them on the way out. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know at all.
But in any event, I did appreciate the match. AJ went over clean with a phenomenal forearm, and then gave all the respect to Ricochet.
One thing I wish commentary had done, granted I had to watch on my phone early this morning, so with the volume kind of low, so maybe they did mention, I didn't pick up on it, really pushing the beating that Ricochet took at the hands of Samoa Joe the day before.
Yeah, no, you're right. They didn't. I don't think they did that kind of nearly enough. Although they did reference, like during his interview, obviously, he talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, but I kind of felt like that's something they really need to hammer home, because then that's kind of an out for why Ricochet lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, I liked it. I like that they're taking a good approach, I think, to Ricochet. It's obvious watching last night the fact that, man, we had Ricochet versus AJ Styles in the main event. Mm-hmm. Vince really seems to like Ricochet, and that's a good thing, Mm-hmm. I think that they're treating a couple people really, really well right now.
Yeah.
And I think that, I feel like right now WWE's in a weird transitionary phase where they're figuring out some stuff that they really need to figure out. And I'm like very, very cautiously optimistic on some of it. Other stuff I still have to come around to. You know? I mean, some of it is just, what are they doing over there? Anyways,
obviously. All right, let's do some SmackDown.
Would
previewing.
you like to do us? I'll do the first SmackDown.
Yes.
How will Kofi Kingston react to Samoa Joe's attack? See, that's actually a cliffhanger that I'm really kind of into. I want to know this.
Yeah.
WWE champion Kofi Kingston leapt over Dolph Ziggler and out of a steel cage to victory. Oh, by the way, that's one thing we have to talk about. Dolph Ziggler seems to be done, right? Is he done? I think he's done.
Yeah, that feud's over.
I think it's done.
I hope.
On Sunday at Stomping Grounds, then bested both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in consecutive matches on Monday Night Raw. But the champion did not have a moment to rest last night as Samoa Joe crept up behind him and put Kingston's lights out with the Coquina Clutch. How will the WWE champion react to this shocking
Shocking
sneak attack?
Who will be next to step up to Bayley? At WWE Stomping Grounds, Bayley turned back the challenge of Alexa Bliss, defeating the Goddess to retain her SmackDown Women's Championship. When asked who should be next to step up to the plate, the hugger named just about everyone on Team Blue roster, from Charlotte Flair to Liv Morgan. Will any of these women be next in line to challenge
They
Bayley?
didn't show that on TV last night. There was a .com.
It was like a .com or Twitter.
So
thing.
that would maybe indicate that the Alexa Bliss thing is done. I guess we'll find out tonight on SmackDown.
Yeah, when Alexa Bliss shows up.
Again, something I'm interested in seeing. Next, has Bryan and Rowan's tag team revolution hit a roadblock? Daniel Bryan and Rowan's crusade to bring respect to the tag team division took another step forward at Stomping Grounds when they defeated the powerful Heavy Machinery to retain their SmackDown tag team titles. However, their cause may have taken a step back when they were eliminated first in an 8-man elimination tag team match by The New Day, thanks to an inadvertent assist from Raw Tag Team Champions Say Yeah, the Revival.
Seemed like a pretty advertent for him.
Yeah, who could not get on the same page with Bryan and Rowan? Can the champions bounce back? Have Xavier Woods and Big E put themselves in position for a future SmackDown Tag Team title opportunity?
Lastly, how will Shane O'Mac and McIntyre react to The Undertaker's return? Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre had Roman Reigns on the rope set up for a coast-to-coast when their fortunes took a dark turn. The Undertaker made a shocking appearance on Raw last night, snatching Shane O'Mac out of the air with a chokeslam, then staggering McIntyre with the big boot in a flurry of punches. If the surprise arrival of the dead man wasn't enough, the best in the world and the Scottish psychopath soon learned that they would be facing the Big Dog and the Phenom in a huge tag team battle Extreme Rules. What will be the fallout of this stunning turn of events?
Stunning.
Find out tonight on SmackDown Live, 8/7 Central on USA Network.
Would you like to answer some questions,
Yes.
Mr. Lee? Would you like to look at the television?
Yes.
I'm going to look at the Discord.
Oh, there you go.
I've been ignoring Discord.
Neglectful.
I've been neglectful, and I feel bad about that. It's not on purpose. It's got a lot going on right now. I'm about to board a plane.
Vandalia, 1998. Do you think Roman's booking now is better or worse than it was before he had to take a leave for leukemia? Kind of the same.
Well, they're not shoehorning him in the main title scene.
But
I'm going to
apart from
say
that-
it's better because there was so much Roman Brock leading up to it.
Yeah.
So I'll say better.
In terms of his actual character, how the character is booked, is more or less the same. The storyline might be different, but
Butts asks, what did you guys think of the in-ring camera angle they used? Was that noticeably different last night?
I didn't notice anything different last night. Holden Stanford. Does Steve being gone mean Adam Mayhem co-hosting? Oh, did you answer this right? No, it's going to be Cal Jack.
Cal Jack. You guys are going to love it. Let's see here. Jimmy Thomas. I just want The Undertaker to shoot and say Vince is offering so much money to stay away from StarCast. I'm building onto Michelle's Lady Gym. Michelle needs a second Lady Gym now. One that's cardio exclusive. Mm-hmm. The first one's all about strength. Strength training, weights.
It's basically a CrossFit gym.
She wants to be the next CrossFit Jesus. I told her, you can achieve anything, Michelle. You just need to look at yourself in the mirror.
Minion TM69. I'll put you down like a mog.
I put you down. Like what?
A mog.
Oh,
Take
like
your
a
Spaceballs.
mog.
Spaceballs.
There you go. I haven't seen that movie since it came out.
Oh, really?
Well, that's not true. I think I saw it a couple years later.
Oh, DJ Guttercat has a good question. Did Raw miss the opportunity for Ali to make the save on Roman? Vigilante Mustafa Ali. Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
They did. Or just to walk by it.
Yeah.
Because that's what he did. He
Yeah,
didn't
I
actually
know.
save anybody.
No.
Let's see here. Snake Sosa, the IC champ. How are they going to do that picture-in-picture ads tonight on SmackDown if no wrestling is allowed? Are they just going to get rid of picture-in-picture?
Or they'll actually have wrestling allowed for those picture-in-picture commercial breaks.
We'll find out tonight on SmackDown Live.
Live 8/7 Central, USA Network. Michael Forbes, do you think Firefly Funhouse could have come to be without the broken universe happening years before? Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I think it could have come to be. I do wonder how much inspiration Bray might have taken from that stuff.
No,
though.
I mean that's
a possibility.
That's a question that
Dominist. Last night, Michael Cole mentioned that Seth and Becky were a quote real life couple. What is that supposed to mean in kayfabe?
it means confusion.
It is.
It's very confusing.
It is so confusing. It's like, yeah, this is real life. It's kayfabe.
The villain Alan Black with Abby the Witch showing up behind Miz and Mercy the Buzzard behind Kofi. Could they be potential targets for Bray? Maybe. Or I think they're just going to start, popping up.
Yeah, I think they'll be like a little
for a
Easter
few
eggs. Yeah, randomly in the universe. Diddly doodler. Oh, by the way, did you see somebody had a "Hey, you're
that
not
was
me"
awesome.
shirt?
That was awesome.
You can get that right now. Pro Wrestling
see it on
Tees.
camera during the opening segment.
ProWrestlingTees.com/goinginraw. Diddly Doodler was there. He says Revival cut a promo during the break that had nuclear heat for eliminating Daniel Bryan.
Wow. Zach Hughes, 94. Kayfabe, why does Baron still wrestle in business clothes instead of ring gear?
But then in the dark match, he has a T-shirt on. He had a dark match afterwards with Seth, and he put on his T-shirt.
Dress for the job you want, man. That's the reasoning. He still wants to be Raw GM.
But why would he then wear a T-shirt when the cameras are off?
Because it's off the air. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh.
Andrew Moynihan. Should pay-per-view ads have separate feeds for the network? Pay-per-view ads. So should the ads that run on pay-per-view be different than the ads that run on the network? Is that the question?
Pay-per-views don't run like actual ads. They run ads for WWE stuff and like Tap Out or whatever.
Yeah, it's probably the same stuff they run on the network.
Yeah.
Nick C. How would you make an all-elite wrestling video game? Be creative. No, just make it like the N64 games.
No, just try to go to Ukes. Ukes is looking to make a different wrestling game.
Yeah.
Then that'd be WWE.
Yeah.
I don't want 2K. I just want 2K19, but with All Elite. I'm fine with that.
I want WCW versus NWO World Tour, that engine with today's graphics. That's what I want.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Make it a basketball game.
All right. Kart game, racing game.
Yeah. That's good. Have it like Twisted Metal Black.
There you go.
But with All Elite.
Norgangi. Kofi will beat Joe clean repeatedly. Says Super Kofi.
What Kofi will beat? Yeah, maybe. I mean,
That's entirely
sometimes
possible.
they do that. They wheel out Joe as a strong opponent just to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Still, it'd be great to see him with that title. Let me go over to the Patreon now.
Yeah.
And see if we got more questions there.
Quoth the Raven 79. Super Dude will take her down like a dog.
Oh, not Super Dude. I was doing a live stream last night.
Oh.
You can check out my live streams at twitch.tv/MFSteve here. I was figuring out who the top Superman was with Community Creations.
Oh.
And there was one guy just named Super Dude.
Oh, was he top Superman?
You'll have to find out.
You can tell me.
I'll tell you off camera.
Oh.
But I need people to watch it.
Gotcha. Brian Jankowski, never going to complain about the best wrestler of all time, The Undertaker, coming back.
There you go.
I
Yeah.
don't really want to see him in the ring anymore. He's old.
Well, Mr. Brian Jankowski.
Yeah, his opinion. That's his opinion, man.
That's what he wants to see.
Totally.
Yeah. I'm cool with it. I like it. I just, I don't really need to see his matches, but whatever.
Well, that's the issue. Appearance generally is going to lead to a match.
I know.
That's why I don't really get excited about the appearance.
That means we're gonna have okay, but here's the thing.
Match.
I got a lot of mileage out of that Goldberg match. I'm talking to Hilton about it. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
We get a lot out of that.
Yeah.
So car wrecks are okay sometimes. It's all right. It's good. And this is like a tag match. It's not going to matter.
Patrick, Gemini, thank you.
Alex Foster, if you guys are on Firefly Funhouse, what weird lessons would you try to teach the viewers? Be all about looking in the mirror.
Try hard.
Yeah, try hard.
Give it your best effort.
Would that be what dance or what song would you tell? What would be the title of the song that you would, as your own Muscle Man dance?
Be like, try your best. Be better than the rest.
That's good.
I don't know. It's not that good.
No, that's great. Better than the rest.
Blazing Death, thank you. Jeffrey Nguyen says, down with Thayer. Hashtag Team Worm. Hashtag Funluminati. Wow.
Oh, God. Just don't bring that.
All sorts of infighting.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see here.
Go
Dakota,
ahead.
do you think, Dakota Mila, do you think we'll get an AJ heel turn in the near future against Ricochet?
No.
I'll put it up there as like a 30% possibility.
Quoth the Raven 79, I find it funny, but explain the Lady Jim. That's something Steve said about
it was just the random.
Michelle McCool wouldn't have a gym in the garage. And
It's all about Undertaker getting, needing to continue to get paid because he has a younger wife. She wants to stay fit. She wants her lady gym.
Guion says, could Taker tell my boss I need to go home early?
I don't know your boss's name. Guion's boss. Listen, Guion is Jacksonville's number one. He's got lots to do. Let him go home early and give him paid leave. Patrick Sparks. Defend Ricochet losing his first match as U.S. champ despite it being AJ who, yes, should win. Ricochet should not be losing right now. You know what it does, man? It humanizes Ricochet. It gets us in on the journey of Ricochet so that when he climbs that ladder and he's aiming for the Universal title a year or two from now, we'll be emotionally invested in it.
Commentary should do a better job of saying that he was beat up from his match with Joe.
There's that too.
For me, that's what it is.
But I'm fine with him losing to a guy who, has the current title on or record on having a title for X number of days or whatever it was. I'm fine with that. AJ's a big, big deal. He was on the cover of Video Game, Todd.
Oh, yeah, he is a huge deal, obviously.
A.K.A. Billy. Who the heck does Seth face at SummerSlam if it isn't Baron Corbin? Is it Brock Lesnar? Is Brock, how about this? Brock does one more failed cash-in attempt, and he's just like, screw it, man. I'm not cut out for the opportunistic cash-in. Here, SummerSlam. Let's just do it. Normal match. I'm Brock Lesnar. I beat everybody. Come on.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
May as well just do that. Paul, your ideas for my cash-ins have been terrible. Your pratfalling is just a mess. Just cash in the damn thing.
Maybe. It'd be kind of underwhelming, though.
Well, it's Brock.
Gemini, how would you book Alistair versus Finn?
Alistair's in his room. Why won't anybody fight me? And then Finn's like, hey, is this the bathroom in here? And he's like, yes, my pee corner is over there. You are welcome to it. And then Finn goes over there and he says, psych! And then he hits him on the head while he's peeing.
Yeah.
So he's like, Finn's like, I don't know what to do. Should I
Well, no, it's black mass he hits him with while he's peeing, so Finn's, knocked out, but the urination continues to flow. So Aleister Black pretty much makes Finn Balor pee on himself.
Perfect. See, look, we should be collaborating on writing Raw, man.
And
sit here.
And that's enough reason, if any, for Finn to be
Oh,
upset.
yeah.
Yeah, Aleister, you made me pee on myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I wets myself.
It's humiliating. I want to fight you now.
Yeah. Good. Happy now. James Francis. Do you guys think AJ is truly destroyed emotionally by having to mock and dismiss the Good Brothers? I do kind of want that to be a story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you guys doing? He even said that. Where's the Gallows and Anderson I met in Japan? Come on, man. Mm-hmm. And they're like doing that. He's like, this is the one you met in Japan. You've seen the clip.
See, the Gallows and Anderson you met in Japan are not one-dimensional characters. It's not all just machine gunning.
Yeah.
There's some
groove
smooth
there.
moves, too.
There's some smooth moves. Haven't you heard my song, Be the Best? Better than the rest. Here we go. Thomas Dunnigan. How did the conversation go of Vince asking Undertaker to team up with Roman? You be Vince.
All right.
Ring, ring, ring.
Oh. Mark.
Yeah, Vince. What do you want? My hips hurt.
I got a proposition for you.
Here's a proposition. You see that Goldberg match you made me do? That sucked. Let me do StarCast 3.
No, I got something much better for you.
Oh.
This is the deal.
Okay.
I don't know if you've been watching the product lately, but we've got Shane and Drew teaming up against Roman. He needs a partner.
That Drew guy is huge and awesome. Why do you have him henching for Shane?
Don't change the subject on me. Do you want to be Roman Reigns' partner?
I love Roman. I put him over. I thought it was going to be my last match, then I could do a podcast. Every time I think I'm out, Vince keeps pulling me
I'll pay
back.
you $200,000.
That's it. Add another zero to it. I know how much money you're making off TV and the Saudi Arabians. Give me that money.
Deal.
Give me what I want.
Deal.
Another zero.
No.
$2 million.
Be $20 million at that point.
Oh, yeah, all the money. Chris Kofi, are you going to be watching live Fyter Fest this Saturday? No. I'll be preparing to be on airplane the next day.
Yeah, I might do a live stream for it. Stay tuned.
Let's see here. Blake Whitehouse. EC3 is in the loser locker room because Ambrose was getting more cheers than him. But is there a confirmed reason Cedric's in the loser locker room? I don't think EC3 is in the loser locker room because of the Ambrose thing. I think he's kind of getting out of that because he won the damn 24/7 title last night. I think he's out of. I think he would have been in the loser locker room regardless. Vince doesn't know what to do with him. He doesn't like him. Whatever it is, he doesn't see it in him. So that's where he's at right now. Same reason, for whatever reason, Vince thinks Bob Roode is loser locker room material. He doesn't have anything for him. It's insane. It's obscene that EC3, Bob Roode, and Cedric Alexander have the same lot right now as Mojo Rawley. That's obscene. Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man. Anyways, let's see if there's any other forced here.
Forced questions.
Oh, interesting. We'll leave on this one.
All right.
From the glorious Steve Klain. We met him at Starcast Deuce. What would a heel Going In Raw podcast be like?
I guess we'd yell a lot.
We kind of do that already.
People would ask us to do things, we wouldn't do it.
I guess we'd be like super more negative.
No, we'd be like super pro WWE.
Oh, that's the heel version now? Yeah.
I guess so.
We'd be on board we'd be
like Seth Rollins.
We'd be like Seth Rollins, yeah. We'd just be endlessly defending it.
Bashing
Will Ospreay wrestling. This is New Japan is just bingo hall wrestling. Nobody cares about that stuff. You're not in WWE. You're crap.
Right now, that'd be like the heel version.
Kind of how I feel anyways, but that's a joke. It's a joke, everybody react. It's so funny though, like these days WWE is so weird that like in our comments nobody knows what, like they're like, oh, you guys are so negative, you guys are so positive, you guys are too, you're too positive and you're too negative about the same exact thing. Can't believe you guys thought Raw is good. It's crap. You guys are too happy about Raw, or you guys are too negative on Raw. It's crazy.
We're not making anybody happy, so I guess we're doing something right.
Yeah, basically. Anyways, thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. What do we got coming up for Overrun today?
Rusev, his contract status, maybe.
Bonus episode talking about Rusev Day. Oh. So, yeah, $5 patrons, YouTube channel members. Y'all are invited to come check out a bonus episode. You can click join on YouTube or go to patreon.com/Steven Larson. And once again, big shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring today's show. If you really want to help Going In Raw, where do you go, Larson?
Manscaped.com. Use the promo code GIR, 20% off first order.
That
free shipping
is right.
Free
Absolutely.
travel bag.
You go to manscaped.com and then /GIR. That's what it says here. Or is it just .com?
Promo code,
use promo code. Okay, use the promo code then. Just use the promo code.
Promo code.
Yeah, anyways. You keep that ball skin good and smooth.
Oh, smooth, clean, smelling fresh.
Absolutely. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.